Hello again. This is the regular board meeting of the San Benito CISD Board of Trustees, Tuesday, June 12th, 2018. I call this meeting to order at exactly 6:30 p.m. Mr. Mendez, Ms. Garcia,
Present.
Ms. Weaver, Mrs. Silva,
Present.
Mr. Lopez,
Present.
Ms. Rosas,
Present.
Dr. Carmen,
Present.
and Mr. Torres. Agenda items 3 and 4, the Pledge of Allegiance to the United States and Texas flags and invocation. I will turn it over to Ms. Garcia.
Thank you, Mr. Vargas. Tonight we have one student, Hannah Eve Cortez from Miller Jordan Middle School. Hannah Eve Cortez is a seventh grade student at Miller Jordan Middle School and is the daughter of Adan and Teresa Cortez. She is in her second year as a member of the Girl Scout of Greater South Texas, Troop number 181, and recently graduated from junior to cadet ranking. In her spare time, Hannah enjoys baking, making crafts, and watching movies with friends. Hannah's favorite subject in school is English language arts because of her favorite teacher, Miss Stacy Marie Perez. Thank you, Vija. Hannah plans on following in the footsteps of her older sisters who are attending Texas State University in San Marcos. She aspires to become a pastry chef and open her own bakery upon graduating from college. Okay, go ahead, Mia. Go ahead. Put the mic down.
Please stand.
I pledge allegiance to the Texas United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Pledge allegiance to the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God and one indivisible. Let us pray. Lord, we ask you to keep us safe this summer and ready to return to a great new school. You're in August. In your name we pray. Amen.
Principal at Miller Jordan is Mr. Perez, who is not here tonight with us, attending a workshop in Austin. And are the parents here tonight? Hannah's parents? Hannah didn't drive by herself, I know. I know, Miss. Congratulations, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, Tila.
Thank you, Ms. Garcia. We now move on to special recognitions. I will turn it over to Mrs. Longoria.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Thank you all for being here today. I know it's summertime and a lot of you have plans, but we appreciate you all being here. We have a room full of parents and a lot of other relatives that are here joining the students for special recognition, so we're delighted that you could join us. We are going to start with Landrum Elementary. We have in our school district several campuses that do the Millionaires Reading Club. And so what these students do is if they go over 1 million words with their readings, then they become members of the school's reading club. And so these are obviously not the only students that were able to accomplish, but the campuses did submit the recognition and the proper forms so that the students couldn't be recognized tonight. So we have a lot more than what you'll see tonight. And perhaps at a later time we can recognize those other students that are still pending because they the schools wanted to wait for the school year to end so that they could kind of close off those projects. But we are delighted to present to you tonight Landrum Elementary. The principal at that campus is Lupita Moncevalles, and we have a Millionaire Club member, Janina Ortega. And this year, Janina was a fifth grader at Landrum Elementary. She read a total of 86 books, and she is a member of the Millionaires Club. She read a total of 1,221,546 words. So congratulations. And we have our school board member, Ms. Janie Silva, doing the honors for us this evening. Thank you. From Sullivan Elementary, I'd like for you to help me welcome some students there who are also members of the school's Millionaires Club. Mariel Lopez, Evangeline Juarez, and Juan Gabriel Castro. And we do have the librarian in the audience, Miss Elizabeth Robinson, and their homeroom teacher is Miss Cantu. So I don't know if Miss Cantu made it. And Sonia Weaver was a school teacher before she retired at Sullivan Elementary, so she was so happy to see her students here in the audience. So thank you all for doing the honors. From La Encantada Elementary, we have a wonderful and talented group that they went to compete at an international competition in Corpus Christi in the spring, and they came back with second place. They were competing with other folks from throughout, and we have a big group of students. There's a total of 14. Not everybody made it tonight, but we'd like to ask them to start coming into the boardroom from La Encantada Elementary. And these are the students that competed at the 6th annual Competencia Folclórico de Texas. And so, do I have the Folclórico team members out there, please? Yes? There they go. There they go. And for those of you that are employed with the school district, these are the students that performed for us at our end of the year event, where the district recognized the service award recipients. And again, they were very colorful, and they have some great moves out there. And so now we know why they were able to earn second place at this international competition at Del Mar College in Corpus Christi. Their sponsors, and this is part of the after-school program, and Jack Garcia, the director, is here. Their sponsors are Gloria Garcia, Yoselin Macias, and Cindy Peña, and the principal at La Encantada is Gracie Martinez. So very talented group of folkloric dancers. And congratulations on their second place finish in the small group category competition. Congratulations. And parents of all the students that I've called, if y'all can stand and be recognized at this time. I feel to recognize you, so please stand and be recognized if you're in the audience. Yes? Thank you all for being here and supporting our children and your children as well while they bring successes to our district. From La Encantada Elementary, we have an accelerated reader. And this is another program that we have in our school district where students are able to obtain points. They read books and then they test on the computer to determine whether they understood the information that they're being tested on to see if they really read the book. And so there has to be a certain percent mastery in the courses in that particular program. It's the Accelerated Reader Program, and we have a lot of talented students. As a matter of fact, when we do our Sounds of the Season, we also highlight our students throughout our elementary campuses that are top accelerated readers. And Juan Yado is the top accelerated reader for La Encantada Elementary. And he earned a total of 226 points this school year. And he was testing, he earned an average of 92.3%. So very good. I know Juan Yado is here because I think I spoke to him earlier. And I don't know if he's in the audience or if he's outside. No. Juan Yado? Yes, he was here. He checked in. So, yes, okay. And here comes Juan, our top accelerated reader. I think he was busy reading a book. Congratulations. And his teacher is Cristina Montano. So, parents of Juan, you're in the audience. I spoke to the parent earlier. Yes, there you are. Very proud parent. And y'all are welcome to take pictures as the students come into the boardroom. So we move on to our chess competition, and our chess teams are part of the district's after-school program, and they've been in place for a number of years already. So we've had a lot of successes in the district at the state, regional, national level, and our students have returned home with a lot of accolades throughout the years. And so this year is no exception. We have, first of all, the elementary campuses. They're from different campuses, so I'll be asking them to join us in the boardroom. And these are students that placed at the competitions throughout the school year. We do have their coaches with them, Roberto Miramontes, and I believe Roberto was in the audience a little while ago, Adianet Perez, Coach Manny Gonzalez, Bobby Alvarez, Victor Rodriguez, and Colt Smith. We'd like to ask them to come into the boardroom. All of the elementary schools that received accolades in chess. Elementary, yes. Thank you. We have students from Dr. Garza Elementary, from Dr. Cash Elementary, from Fred Booth Elementary, Ed Downs Elementary, Frank Roberts Elementary, Judge Oscar de la Fuente Elementary. We also have La Paloma Elementary students. And as you can see, some of them are bringing their awards, and these are the students that placed individually. If y'all can make your way up to receive your awards, please. Thank you. So Luis Miramontes placed first at the Region 8 Scholastic Chess Tournament, and he was a co-champion at the State Chess Tournament. At the Millard Jordan Chess Tournament, placed first in the K-3 to 3 division was Caitlin McNutt, the champion, at third place at regionals. Christian placed 8th. Angel Parra placed 13th. Cruz Guzman also at the Region 8 Chess Tournament at national level. And so you see their coaches here, that they work real hard with them after school. And thank you, parents, for allowing the children to stay after school so that they can have the practice that they need to be able to come back with these accolades. And congratulations to all our students, and thank you to our sponsors. Parents, I know you all are very proud, so if y'all would please stand and be recognized at this time. So we move on to the middle school's chess team, and we will ask Mr. Garcia to assist us in calling the middle school chess teams over. We have, the majority of the group is from Millard Jordan Middle School. We do have one student from Riverside Middle School. And we have the sponsors as well joining us. And the sponsors are Janie Rios, Eric Guevara, Yanira Bioga, Grand Master Coach, Adianet Perez, and Manny Gonzalez as well that you met earlier. So as far as the individual honors are concerned, the Millard Jordan Cougar Knights placed 4th overall at regionals, and at the national tournament they also placed 23rd overall. And Millard Jordan Middle School student Reina Bautista, is she here? She's not here? Okay. She is the all-girls national champion 3 years running. So congratulations to Reina Bautista. She's had a lot of success. Michael Casas placed 4th at state, and Riverside Middle School student Eli Elorza placed 4th overall at regionals with 6 points, representing his school and team at nationals in Georgia. So these students have also traveled, not just here in the Valley, but also traveling to other parts so that they compete with the best of the best. And so they did come back with some accolades, and we're very proud of what they do. And so we thank you all for helping us help your child so that they can bring recognition to our district. Okay, let me, yes. Okay. From San Benito High School, we also have our chess team, and they did very, very well this year. We have some students that have been in chess for many years as part of this group. And so these are students from San Benito High School. Cynthia Reisted is their after-school site coordinator. Yanira Apepeche, the international grandmaster, is Victor Rodriguez. Principal Henry Sanchez is not in attendance because he is at a conference, but we do have the Dean of Instruction, Mr. Tomas Trevino. And so these are students competed at the Region 8 High School Champ. And you see Maverick Reza, he's the 2018 TCA Region 8 Scholastic Chess Champion. And this particular group was named the 2018 North and Central Texas Chess Champions, the 2018 co-champs at the National High School in the K-12 1600 division in Columbus, Ohio. So again, they do travel to other parts to compete. And at the 2018 third place, where they placed third at the National High School K-12 1900, also in Columbus, Ohio. So thank you, parents, for all that you do to support your children. And congratulations. So parents of your great job and beautiful trophies. Parents, so if y'all are in the audience, please stand and be recognized at this time. Thank you so much. And I am going to turn the mic over to Mr. Jack Garcia. He's the one that oversees all of our after-school programs, and he's been doing that for a number of years. So he has a lot to brag about, and he's excited to share a few words with you, information on chess.
Thank you, Ms. Longoria. Thank you, parents. I just want to recognize, obviously, the elementaries and the middle schools, the high school that was here. We have our advanced mentoring group with our elementaries that you saw earlier. But I wanted to touch base about this high school team right here. Our graduating seniors that are leaving, I'm happy for them to return today. Captain Fabian Olivares, you step forward, Fabian, please. Aaron Saldana, and Robert Torres. Robert Torres is not here today, but I want to. These boys and our woman play or girl player from the high school, Lily. Let me tell you, I followed them from kindergarten all the way up to now that they're 12th graders, and I'm so proud of what they have accomplished at the national level. You don't know how hard it is to be in the top 5 in the nation, competing against the New Yorks and the New Jerseys, the Illinois, and so forth. Not only did they represent Samuel High School, Samuel, Texas, the Rio Grande Valley, but the state of Texas. And I want to congratulate them personally here tonight. Thank you. Thank you all. I just want to thank my coordinators, my coaches, woman Grandmaster Yanira Vergoa Apechechi, who has helped this team over the last 2-3 years. You've been great, Yanira. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and congratulations once again. So we are also excited also to bring before you some very outstanding athletes that experienced an exceptional season this year. They had a good run this year, and recently some of the girls on the team did make the All-Valley Honors in the Valley Morning Star, and Coach Lira also was named Coach of the Year. So we'll be calling them to come in so that you can meet our softball team members. And welcome the softball team members. Come on in. Great job. So these are the softball team members from San Benito High School, and they were named the 32 6A softball champions, District 32 6A softball by district champions, Texas State Class 6A softball area champions, Texas State Class 6A softball regional quarterfinals champions. They made it to the Sweet 16, and also the Texas State Class 6A regional semifinals finalists. And their record: non-district games 11-6, district games 13-1, playoffs 5-2, and overall 29-9. And this under first-year head coach here in San Benito, Denise Lira, who's joining the group. So congratulations, and also to Coach Lira for being named Coach of the Year. And we do have some returning students, returning athletes. So we'll be excited to see what next season holds for our softball team members. Great job. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Okay, parents, if you're in the audience, please stand and be recognized at this time if you have a softball team member here in the audience. Of course, most of them can drive, so they drove themselves here. There you go, proud moms. Yes, great job. Congratulations and thank you so much. So that concludes the special recognition this evening.
6 young ladies didn't make it, so.
Yes, yes, perfect. Thank you.
The boring part. Thank you, Ms. Longoria. We now move on to agenda item 6, Superintendent's Report. I will turn it over to our Superintendent, Dr. Carbon.
Thank you, Mr. Vargas. And actually, we're going to have some finance information, so I will turn it over to Mrs. Rendon.
Good evening again. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to clear house. This afternoon will be. Did my clicker leave? These are the financial reports for the month ending May 2018. Give a little bit to start off with. Start off with the cash account report. Cash accounts have an ending balance between all accounts and investments of $50,768,482.74. Our next slide going into is our student activity account. Our student activity account, May 2018 end balance is $438,831.64. And you in there, those are the owners of those accounts at the campus levels. Our next big segment is a comparison of the revenue and expenditures to the budget, starting off with our revenue. Year-to-date realized revenue through May 31st, 2018 under the general operating funds is $87,862,442.22. That represents 74.94% of the anticipated revenue. Under our special revenue funds, we have received $8,259,898.47, which represents 44.69% of the anticipated revenue. Under our interest and sinking fund, the district has received $7,011,626.47. That represents 149.26% of the anticipated. And this is the reason that the percentage is so high is that the state ended up catching us up with some money that they had previously held up because we did some refinancing of some bonds. In the next page, it's short, but the next page, total revenues, the district has received $103,133,967.16. The next page is when we compare how much expenditures we've done to the appropriations or the approved budget for the month of May 31st, 2018. Current expenditures, the expenditures year to date is $75,301,288.40 Our anticipated or approved budget is $119,547,144. We have spent 62.99%. In the cash flow, you will see how much we've received in revenues and how much has been spent in expenditures, and we still have cash flow. There's less expenditures that have gone out than money we have received. Under the special revenue funds, expenditures of $10,674,073.40. We spent 57.76%. And under our interest and sinking fund, we have spent $6,468,478.13, which we paid our bonds back in February.
Mr. Rendon, on the
Yes, sir.
expenditures for the migrant program, which has been an issue in the past, can you give us some highlights of where we are, given that we will end the budget soon?
Yes, the migrant program, we are ending the general operating funds. The funds will be ending June 30th. In regards to the federal programs, those run from July 1st to September of the following year. So we still have till September 2019 to spend these funds. Currently, under the migrant program, we received an allotment of $1,420,268. And do the encumbrances, that's money that is out there in purchase orders. The $71,000 is the amount that we've actually spent this month. And total year-to-date is $576,431.05. So that we do have a balance of $835,302.38. We're working, we still have until September 2018 to expend this.
What is the state's mandatory percentage to expense?
In this case, it for us to, if we don't spend to 15%, it'll be rolled and it'll be added to the next year's allocation. So we should strive to at least spend the 85%. Migrant funds are very hard to spend because they can only be for migrant students.
Mm-hmm.
And not only for migrant students, it is above and beyond how they're served. Migrant students are served with the local, with their Title I funds, and then in addition, so it's above and beyond. So we have to, right now we have currently, I'm not sure if they're back, we had 2 students that went to Washington, D.C. We've done some trips, so we've done those kind of initiatives to visit the schools. So they have iPads. So these is every year, and this is not just San Benito. It is a systematic throughout the state that we have to be creative in providing our migrant students above and beyond after they get served, like, let's say, the 3rd serving. So we're looking at it, see what kind of items we can provide to them. Tutoring, we did a Go Center. And so those are the kind of things that the district has provided just specifically for migrant students. When we get audited, they want to know, it goes down to what student is receiving supplies. We've done supplies at the very beginning, clothing if they need. The parent just needs to reach out to us, and they have to be identified. That's the thing, is that there's an actual identification method that they will go back and make sure that they're receiving those services. So we're trying to reach that. Since the money's coming in, that's where we're looking at.
Ms.
Just-
Rendon, I'm sorry. Is it possible to use this funding for marketing, or to be more aggressive as far as an outreach? Because I know that was one of the questions we had last year to see. if we could
Recruiting.
Recruiting.
And they have looked at going out to being a little bit more aggressive to going out to. So I brought this up at one of the principals meetings, that sometimes people don't want to be identified.
Right.
They're afraid, or they don't want to. We pick up at registration.
Okay.
That's one of the registration packages. Did any of y'all migrate? Just to kind of give us the leadway. And it just, individuals take it some as welcoming, and some are, they don't want to be identified as that. But we're trying to send out there we don't want to be invasive in information, but want our parents to know that we're here to help them. There's resources, but they need to let us know. It's not that we want to be nosy and find out. It's just that there are resources out there that we can help them with.
So compared to our local region, and compared to our classification or our capacity, with our neighboring schools. Where do we, is there data? Where do we stand as far as our migrant population or attendance? Do we have numbers on that, or?
Yeah, there is. I don't have it with me, but
No, it's-
we do have. It has been a declining population.
Okay, right.
I think when I started 2 years ago, we're in the thousands, and we're down 600.
Okay.
So, but I can get that information for you. But we are striving, just a key disclaimer, under the percent expended, because I know we've gone through this in other, this is actual money that has been paid out. So anything that's under the encumbrance is purchase orders, they're outstanding, needs to be paid, and it's not, the percentage is not calculated to that. So the percentage would be higher if we were to calculate those outstanding purchase orders.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it.
Okay. And then at the end, the interest and sinking funds, we paid our bond payment. We have 2 payments that are due. One is in February and one is in August. The August will not get paid out of this year's budget because we're ending the budget early. So the budget, the payment for August will be paid out of next year's funds. And that's one of the reasons when I alluded into the public comment, I put there that there was no transfer that was done is because it's not needed because we have a short cycle. So only one payment this year went out to pay the bonds. It's just in 2 different, we still have 2 payments. It's just in 2 different budget years. Our next item is our quarterly report. It is due that I present the quarterly report, and this is in the interest, the funds that we have invested in our text pools and Texas class, First Public. And I bring this quarterly, and from March the 1st through May 31st, which is the end of the quarter, the second to the last column, which is interest earned, we've earned $194,950.15. That's for the quarter. Being that we're going to end the year in June, at the next board meeting, which is in the July board meeting, I will bring this investment report that will cover, it'll be a report for the whole year, how much interest we earned for the whole year. And also to reset it so that we go back on quarterly. If not, 1 month would kind of stick out. So we have currently the ending balance of these investments is $44,999,198.74.
Mr. Rendon, when we had Mr. Orta come and present on his options for investments for the district, what did we already partner with that firm?
We are in the process. I think tonight we have the first part, and that was to increase our investment period from 12 months to be able to go out and investment up to 2 years. And that is because it's given us allowance to if the opportunity is to invest prior to 12 months, our interest rates are fluctuating, they're going up. So there's an opportunity to turn this 194,000 to almost maybe double it. So we're putting the items in place. Next meeting, you probably will see some kind of resolution giving them authorization to include some investments. Their fee is below the required $50,000. I think their fee is $15,000, and so the paperwork might come. The actual contract, Dr. Carmen has the authority to execute it. We'll go that way, but so it's in the process. Our next item is our tax collection report. Through May 2018, the district has collected $11,797,344.08. Our tax levy is $12,987,928.21. We've collected 90.83% of the taxes levied. Okay, on this one, since it's a short year, the remainder amount will be moved, also prorated, and it will be in next year's. And that's the end of, sorry, I didn't print those out. I didn't, but you have the information, and it's the check payments. And if there's any check payments that have been distributed and have any questions, I will try my best to answer them.
Any questions? All right, thank you, Ms. Rendon.
Thank you.
All right, we move on to public comment. So person or persons wishing to address the Board of Trustees shall register with the presiding officer or designee no later than 5 minutes before the announced time of the school board meeting. State their full name, state what organization or group, if any, is being represented, state the topic they wish to address before the Board of Trustees, refrain from commenting directly on any individual school district employee or public official by name, but may instead refer to a specific employment area, job title, or the Board of Trustees as a whole, and refrain from attacks on individuals. San Benito CIC Board Policy BED guidelines require that the speaker be allowed only 3 minutes to give his or her presentation. Delegations of more than 5 persons shall appoint 1 person to present their views before the Board of Trustees. Presentation shall be informative and shall pertain to school-related issues. Attack on an individual shall be considered a disruption of the meeting, and the Board of Trustees shall not deliberate or decide regarding any subject that is included on the agenda posted with notice of the meeting. And we have 3 public comments. Do we have Ms. Rosie Garcia? Okay. We have from the Nueva Luz Foundation regarding the Empowerment and Assertiveness Program for the 2017-2018 school year. And we have Dr. Norma Villanueva and Cassandra Valadez.
Good evening, everyone, and we have some handouts. We're going to get that to everybody.
Awesome. Welcome to
Good.
San Benito.
And let me get a copy for myself. Well, we've been in San Benito in the school district for the past 3 years, actually. So what we wanted to come to you today, and good evening to everyone, is thank you for allowing us into your school district again. What we do is offer supportive services to students that are going through a difficult time in their lives, a trauma that maybe they endured in the past that's affecting them adversely academically, behavioral issues. We get referrals from counselors after they've identified different issues that maybe they're having difficulties addressing with everything else that they have on their plate. I know you mentioned that we can't comment on any person directly, but I do want to thank Mr. Eddie Sudis for bringing us into the school district again, and Mr. Luis Gonzalez for allowing us, for coordinating everything, and of course, Dr. Carmen for signing off on the MOU that we have with the school district. The handout that you do have in front of you discusses or shows you the different traumas that the children face throughout the school year. We received referrals from Riverside Middle School and La Paloma Elementary. Although referrals were open to all districts that have children ages 10 to 17, those were the 2 schools that referred to us. And the charts do show you the different traumas that the children did state to our counselors. Throughout the end of the services, we were able to see that the children who were cutting stopped all self-harm behaviors. The children improved in communication of their emotional symptoms and were successful throughout the school year. So we just wanted to come and thank you for welcoming us into the school district again, and that we hope that you would be willing to sign another MOU with us in the next school year.
Yes, these, of course, are at no cost to the school district because it is through a grant. And the good news that we also wanted to share with you is the new grant that will be funded starting October 1st. We don't have the 10 to 17 age limit. The age limit has opened up to none, so we can even, if the parents of the children need support, we'll be able to follow them up and give full support. So we would really love to stay with you all in a partnership to help the children really succeed academically.
And this is available to all the students
Yes.
in our school district?
We're not allowed under public comment to speak.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Thank you.
No, we have nothing else to say, but if you have any questions, you can give us a call. Our information is down at the bottom.
Yes. Thank you all so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much.
I'm sorry, thank you.
Ms. Rosie Garcia? Okay. We have a third, Mr. Sam Mendez, regarding a thank you to San Benito CISD.
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Mendez is one of our current retirees.
Yes.
I won't say how many years.
36. First of all, I'm Sam Mendez. I'm the Dean of Instruction presently at Veterans Memorial Academy. And I just wanted to come before you, Board of Trustees, Dr. Carmen, Central Office, just to thank you on behalf of myself and my family. My wife worked for 25 years here with the district with the food service. All my 3 children went to San Benito. They had the pleasure of being taught by one of the board members sitting here in front of us. And also, I had the pleasure of teaching some of your relatives. So after being here I came to San Benito in 1974, graduated of San Benito High School, got my degree. While I was getting my degree, I started with the school district in La Encantada as a teacher assistant many years ago. My 3 children, Alex is an engineer. You know Alex. I think he graduated with you. And he's an engineer, but he's teaching in another district about 6 miles from us. Ben is a doctor, and he's practicing in Dallas, in the Dallas area. And Smiley is an educator. As a matter of fact, today he had an interview for assistant principal in the Dallas area. So all my 3 children graduated top 10, which means that even, you're from San Benito, you can make it. Living proof, all my 3 kids, they're having a great time wherever they are. Myself, I was in the classroom for over 20 years, worked at central office, the last 13 years as an administrator. I just want to thank the district for allowing me to work in San Benito. San Benito is a wonderful place. I'm not moving from San Benito, I'm staying here. My grandchildren are attending the STEAM Academy at Dr. Garza, which I'm excited about that academy. And I'm not leaving San Benito, so I'm at your service as a volunteer to be on a committee to help our district. Once a Greyhound, always a Greyhound. Thank
Yes,
you,
sir.
guys.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you.
Sorry. Okay, we move on to consent agenda. In order to promote efficient meetings, the board may act upon more than one item by a single vote to the issue of consent agenda. Consent items placed on the agenda shall be marked with an asterisk. Consent items are items for which no board discussion is anticipated and for which the superintendent recommends approval. Prior to the time which approval of the consent agenda is had, at the request of any board member of trustees, any item on the consent agenda shall be removed and given individual consideration. Under Business and Finance, for the action agenda, we have number 1, request for approval of budget amendments for 2017-2018. Question? Consent? Number 2, request for approval of the 2017-2018 final amended budget. Question? Consent? Number 3, request for approval of proposed budget for the 2018-2019 school year. Question? Consent? Number 4, request for approval of option to extend contract for 1 additional year on physical therapy services. Question? Consent? Number 5, request for approval of option to extend the architectural services agreements for an additional 1-year period. Question? Consent? Number 6, request for approval of the purchase of 5 Iloma Kambai ovens for Riverside Middle School, Berta Cavassa Middle School, Fred Booth Elementary, Dr. Cash Elementary, and San Benito Veterans Memorial Academy. Question? Consent, and this is finally getting passed, right? Number 7, request for approval of school year 2018-2019 paid holidays for 260 days full-time employees, DED local. Question? Consent. Number 8, request for approval to award RFP-0618-GCP, general construction and painting as needed. Question? Consent. Number 9, request for approval to award RFP-0618-RPS, resurfacing of parking lots and streets. Question? Consent. Number 10, request for approval of addendum to renovate San Benito High School for the 2018-2019 school year. Question? Consent. Number 11, request for approval of membership for Goodbye Purchasing Cooperative. Question? Consent. Number 12, request for approval of addendum of memorandum of understanding between San Benito CISD and Southwest Key Programs Incorporated. Question? Consent. Under administration for consent agenda, we have number 13, request for approval of memorandum of understanding between San Benito CISD and Communities in Schools Incorporated for the 2018-2019 school year. Question? Consent. Number 14, request for approval of memorandum of understanding between San Benito CISD and Texas A&M University Kingsville for 2018-2019 school year. Question.
Question.
Question by Mr. Lopez. Number 15, request for approval of memorandum of understanding between San Benito CISD and SCAN Incorporated for the 2018-2019 school year. Question. Consent. Number 16, request for approval of memorandum of understanding between San Benito CISD and Niños Incorporated Head Start / Early Head Start for the 2018-2019 school year. Question. I have a question on that one. Number 17, request for approval of revisions to DEC local. Question. Consent. Number 18, request for approval of revisions to DH local. Question. Consent. Number 19, request for approval of revisions to CDA local. Question. Consent. And number 20, request for approval of board minutes. Question. Consent. Can I please have a motion to approve items 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 17, 18, 19, and 20?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Lopez. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Weaver. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Our first question items is number 14, request for approval of memorandum of understanding between San Benito CISD and Texas A&M University Kingsville for 2018-2019 school year. Mr. Lopez.
Yes, sir, Board President, thank you very much. I'm going to go and direct this question to Mr. Madrigal. I got a quick question, sir. Basically, this is just for clarification, because just so everybody understands that this is for the early college. The question that I have, and I have a few questions, actually, what's so advantageous about having a college professor teach our students, or teach these dual enrollment courses?
What would be helpful to have a Kingsville employee teach classes is that it would help keep the regular class size at the high school smaller, where if we had one of our teachers teaching that class, it may create a bottleneck when, if that, say, Orlando Lopez was a math teacher and you taught 4 blocks, and one of them might have been a dual enrollment class. So your other 2 classes, if you still had 75 kids, they'd have to be broken up into 2 periods or 2 blocks as opposed to the 3 blocks. That's the most advantageous thing that's helping us right now.
Okay, so, but the dual enrollment is going to be offered to our kids from Monday through Friday, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so how many days are these professors going to be present in our campus to teach our dual enrollment courses?
Depending on it, it's 3 days or 2 days. They have to meet a minute requirement for the university.
Okay, so,
And the others, we'll fill them in with our TAs or people there to go over some remediation classes if necessary for, we talked about the TSI, to get them ready to pass the other parts of that TSI test they may not have passed, and/or to get them ready to sign up for PSAT, SAT, ACT type.
right. When we started this dialogue, I mean, this is just, in my opinion, you know, I know in the past, some of our teachers were getting paid to go ahead and teach these courses, correct?
Yes, sir. I believe
So
that's-
I think it's more, I mean, in my opinion, I think it's more of a negotiating, we have more negotiation, you know, leverage if we allow our teachers to teach in the MOU for the universities, just, you know, more leverage that route. So with that being said, how long is this agreement for, this MOU?
We signed an MOU with Kingsville and other universities, their year-to-year
Oh, so-
MOUs.
So it's a whole year. So
We've signed an agreement with the local universities, and it goes year by year.
okay, so so I'm assuming it's a whole year, so you can't break it up like, you know, the spring semester versus the fall semester?
They have agreed to teach the classes for our early college kids
Yes, sir.
and for some of our high school classes, dual enrollment classes. But moreover, they've agreed to send college professors or their employees over to the early college, so long as we could form the classes.
Okay. You know, My only concern is, of course, we're just using, I'm assuming it's one university for the whole year, for the majority of the dual enrollment. That's one of my concerns. It's, there's not, a diversity of different options for our kids. But if this was already, done, this conversation was already taking place, so then, I guess we can't do anything about it now. But that's just my opinion on this whole matter. I just want to make it very clear to the parents that, we did go out and we tried to do everything we could to allow other universities to come in. But the reason why we went this route, just so they know, because I know we had some concerns last year regarding these issues. So I just want to make sure that all that was clarified. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Let me elaborate on that just a little bit as far as the other universities. We did speak with UTRGV, we spoke with TSTC and TSC, excuse me, and we signed, after the board approved, we signed MOUs with each of those universities. UTRGV, however, would not allow our teachers to teach those classes, nor would they send their instructors out to our campus. We were welcome at no charge to go to their campus, so that's an option, but we really wanted to have it in-house, get that college feel. But if we want to alter it in year two, certainly we can look at that as an option. TSC was very limited in their class choices. We have started a relationship with them on some career and tech dual credit courses. We haven't taken, Mr. Madrigal, correct me if I'm lying here, we didn't take TSTC up on any dual credit career and tech this year because of the costs associated. Is that correct, Ray? But we did sign an MOU, so if you want to increase our offerings, we have that capability. But based on the university that could provide all of the courses for our kids to get their core classes done in the 3 years we want to get it done in, A&M Kingsville was the only university that could do the whole thing for us. But certainly, if we want to adjust that going into year two and have some of our teachers teach those courses either through TSC or A&M Kingsville, we can do that. But just as Mr. Madrigal is saying, when we do that, we simply lose some sections for our kids that are not in dual credit, which makes the master scheduling just a little bit more difficult for that high school principal. So we talked it all through, we looked at different angles. We think for now, this comprehensive approach for year one will make it more manageable for us as we're trying this new initiative. But certainly, we can look at other options going into year two and beyond.
Like, that is pretty costly.
It does cost a little bit of money, yes, sir.
So, yeah, that's another thing that we need to clarify to our parents, that we are spending, a good amount of money on this dual enrollment, because it's probably one of the highest, it's probably one of the highest dual enrollment programs out there. So, just so everybody's aware that, we're providing one of the best options right now. But we're looking into other options as well. We're not just sold on this one option for the future. Thank you.
Thank you for the clarification. Mr. Lopez, is that a motion to approve? Motion by Mr. Lopez. We have a second. Second by Ms. Garcia. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. Number 16, request for approval of memorandum of understanding between San Benito CIC and Guiños Incorporated Head Start / Early Head Start for the 2018-2019 school year. My only question, I've been receiving a lot of calls about parents kind of confused about what's going to happen to their kids next year if they think, so they're under the assumption that we are not partnering with Head Start anymore, so that means that they're going to have to look for other options. And so I told them that was not going to be the case. So can we get clarification on what's going to happen when we're no longer partnered with the actual pre-K program for the district, but we are going to partner them with the 3-year-old program?
Sir, so instead of having some of our 4-year-olds served half-day by Niños Head Start and half-day by our instructors, and the rest of our campuses, we're doing full-day 4-year-old pre-K, we're going to be consistent across the board. So we offer 4-year-old pre-K at every one of our campuses, and it's not intermingled with Head Start, so they will be taught under our curriculum by fully certified teachers at all 11 of our campuses. In addition, we are opening up 3 classrooms at 3 separate campuses, if the board approves it, at Fred Booth Elementary, Frank Roberts Elementary, excuse me, and at Rangerville Elementary. So now 3-year-olds can start school early. Half-day they'll be with our teachers, half-day they will be with the Niños Head Start instructors. So we're not taking anything away, we're actually increasing what we're offering to our families.
Okay, thank you for that clarification. I move to approve number 16 memorandum of understanding. Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mrs. Silva. All those, Ms. Weaver, sorry. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. We now move on to the closed meeting discussion under the authority of the Texas Government Code 551.071 for the purpose of private consultation with the board's attorney on any subjects or matters authorized by law. 551.074 for the purpose of the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment duties, discipline, or dismissal of a public officer or employee, to hear complaints or charges against a public officer or employee. Number one, employment resignations and retirements. Number two, discussion and consideration of employment of the San Benito High School principal. Number three, consideration of withdrawal and/or rescission of resignation of contract employee. Number four, level 3 grievance for Maria C. Cruz. And number five, level 3 grievance for Linda McKinney. We convene into executive session at exactly 7:26 p.m. We reconvene from executive session at exactly 9:05. Agenda item 1, employment resignations and retirements. Dr. Carmen.
Yes, sir, I would ask for the board to take action as discussed in executive session.
So move.
Moved by Mr. Lopez. Do I have a second? Second by Mrs. Silva. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item 2, discussion and consideration of employment of San Benito High School principal, Dr. Carmen.
Mr. Vargas, I would ask the board to take no action on this item at this time.
Thank you. Agenda item 3, consideration of withdrawal and/or rescission of resignation of contract employee, Dr. Carmen.
Yes, sir, I would ask the board take action to approve the rescission of the retirement letter as discussed in executive session.
Do I have a motion?
So move.
Moved by Mr. Lopez. Do I have a second?
Me.
Second by Ms. Garcia. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Agenda item 4, the level 3 grievance for Maria C. Cruz. Do I have a motion?
I move to deny.
Moved to deny by Mr. Lopez. Do I have a second? Second by Ms. Silva. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item 5, level 3 grievance for Linda McKinney. Do I have a motion? Denied by Ms. Silva. All those denied by Ms. Silva. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Lopez. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item 11, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Moved by Mr. Lopez. Do I have a second? Second by Ms. Weaver. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? We adjourn at exactly 9:07 p.m. Thank you.